How does he do it? What is Tesla, bro? Tesla tequila.
It's from Mars. There's an agave plant that he said.
Yeah, when I see the Mars pictures, that shit looks like fucking Arizona.
I haven't even seen it. I haven't even looked at it.
Cheers, bro. What are we drinking?
George Clooney.
Casamigos?
Mi amigos is Casamigos.
Yo, everybody got alcohol. You see that Connor sold that for like how much?
Oh, God, yeah.
But I heard that's not even a lot. I heard George Clooney doubled that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Or somebody did.
This is good tequila, though. I tried that proper 12. Yeah, everyone has their own. The Rock has his own.
Everybody, man. You ain't doing it if you ain't have it.
I know.
Yeah, man. It's good. What's going on in the world, brother?
It's been a minute. Thanks. It's when was the last time? It was before the UFC, huh?
Was it?
Before Masvidal. Man, I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Which one?
Masvidal.
Shit, that's right. The sweat off of his face.
He shouldn't have poured all that water on his face.
Hey, but I'll tell you this though. UFC's putting together some shows. That got to be one of the best shows ever.
And nobody died.
Oh, that's right. Is it 2 weeks already?
It's been like 3 weeks.
Did we say it on this pod?
What?
I think we might have said it on this pod.
No, we haven't even. It's been before that.
No, but when we were talking about it. Did we say something? Because I was thinking in my head, like, if nobody drops dead 2 weeks after this, what are we doing?
No, that was right before we were. I was at Sunfish.
Oh, okay.
For the fight.
That was off camera.
And man, yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, no one died.
Okay.
Because people watching it were like, "Oh my god!"
But now you saw the Canelo fight. That was Texas Stadium. That was
It's
what,
like
90?
60,000? Oh, 90?
Oh, no, 60, 68?
60, yeah, something like that.
Gee.
Full
From
crowd.
the, like, top.
Everywhere.
The boxing ring ain't that big.
That was tight.
The energy was wild, or at least
It
the
was.
feeling of it. But when you hear people talk about it that were there,
Yeah.
they were like, yo, this was insane.
It's what it used to be.
But it's even crazier because I think it's here, you know. So are we almost open? What's going on?
I heard next month.
That's what I'm hearing too. Actually, mask off.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think that.
I didn't think that either. I just got told that today.
Yeah,
I
heard
thought
it today too.
was everything's opening.
But mask
everything
on.
opening.
Yeah.
But, same shit.
All right, between now and then, what happens? Any major disasters? The China rocket fell, but it didn't hit nothing. So there you go. All your
I
people.
didn't even see that.
You didn't see that? There was a
China
Chinese spaceship, I guess, and then debris from it was somewhere landing on Earth. And we don't know where it's going to land. And it landed somewhere, but it wasn't a big deal. But I guess it does that from time to time.
Damn. Yeah, so we got a month. 1 month.
Any
Exactly.
disasters coming up? Do the aliens come out before that or after that?
After, so then we can go back into
hiding again?
They're going to release an alien grant for all businesses.
What is that? And maybe you got to pay it back.
Alien assistance.
Though. Alien assistance.
But we never give you the forgiveness application.
No. I mean, think about it. They're leaking all this alien stuff. They throw that in there in between all the news cycles. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
Are we getting closer to seeing one?
Even if we do see one, I mean, what are we gonna? Is this what we're gonna believe?
Like
like
do
as soon
you
as it
feel
comes
like you have to see it live, or you're okay with seeing it on TV?
I want to see it live.
See, I
wanna
hoping
see
people feel
everything
that way.
live.
If you had to ask how many people in our country, if they saw it on TV,
It's
be okay
real.
with it,
Yes,
how many people you think percentage-wise?
90%.
I agree with you. I think even 95.
Yeah, probably. Could
Because
be.
I mean, shit, the shit we watch now, we're already
They believe
believing
it, yeah.
that's what it. And not to say it's not fake, but it's just we're kind of, I think, losing grip with what's actually around us.
yeah,
That's me, but my thinking's stupid. I'm an idiot. I know nothing. I'm dumb. But yeah, are aliens coming?
I don't know. Maybe.
Come on,
yeah.
man. That was the whole point of the podcast. It was Erth2whoevr.
Yeah,
Did our frequency hit somebody? They're like, look at these idiots. Can we find out what's going on Earth? And they're like, they're going to come from not outer space, in my opinion, coming from underneath ground somewhere. And then they're going to come up.
Right?
And be
Isn't
like,
that the reports? They're going in the water.
Okay, I heard that, but I wasn't
Right?
sure if that's
So
what they
that
were
means
reporting.
They're going to be coming out.
So that means that when they're coming in, they're landing in water somewhere.
Yeah.
See,
So they're going in
Why
the
don't we
ocean
put in water? Why don't-
with
see.
Aquaman and their government.
Oh, you talking about Jason Momoa?
Yeah,
Yes.
that shit's real.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if they showed you, they try to pawn that off as like, look, they're there. But it's like that, like CGI. What would you be like? That's insane. But then you started hearing people like, "Dog, did you see that?"
I mean,
You can't reverse it after that. People be
No.
like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're believing that that's what it is."
That'd be crazy.
But I mean, you don't think
I'd
they
be
try to
even
do
more
that?
scared of the ocean.
I mean,
I'm
more
worried.
than what we are now.
Yeah.
I'm scared. But that's the thing, though. It's like, should we be scared?
It's just the unknown.
But why don't we put money towards that?
Maybe they know. We don't know.
Who's they?
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
who
See,
that
look
is.
at that. See, look what happens now. You trying to crack this egg open. You trying to get cooking over here. You trying to get cooking. I had a question. I was thinking about, like, I was looking at an octopus, right? And you know how you watch shows and shit. Doesn't that?
That show of that guy that followed the octopus for a whole year?
Oh, no. Okay, so people telling me about that. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
All right, give me a synopsis on that. Everybody's saying watch it. That's like the new Tiger King and shit.
So this guy, his
Spoiler alert. Go ahead.
his backstory is like he was a videographer for nature, wildlife. He followed these dudes that were able to like track animals,
Okay.
like straight. But anyways, that's like his backstory. He went through some crazy downfall where like he didn't film anymore. I don't know if he had depression or whatever, but he just fell through a hole where he was like, I couldn't film. I just had to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So he went every day to the ocean. Where are they? South Africa? South Africa.
Okay.
Every day went in the water. And he said it's like cold, like hella cold.
It goes deep.
And he goes deep. No
Gear.
gear, nothing. He wants to be as close to the environment as possible.
Okay.
He sees this octopus, and he goes every day to see this octopus.
Okay. Is he filming this?
And he films it.
Okay.
So he starts picking up his camera again.
Okay.
So he's filming this, and he does it for a whole year.
But he's doing this to find clarity, not necessarily anything professional at that point, because you said he's on a
yeah,
spiral.
it's all clarity. It's not
Okay,
even for.
okay.
He's
For
just
anything.
doing it. Yeah,
For
he brought his
self
camera,
stuff. Okay.
and you see like he starts to get hella close with the octopus.
Mm-hmm.
Like the octopus starts getting comfortable and is like touching him. But then he fucks up and he drops one of his cameras and startles the octopus. So like trust was thrown
Broken.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
So he goes back to when he was filming those animal trackers,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, I'm about to track this octopus. So he did like hella research on octopus trails and found him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Crazy.
How you
That's crazy. Okay.
in the whole ocean, you found this one octopus.
Okay, continue on. I got some objections, but we'll keep on going.
Found the same octopus,
Mm-hmm.
and just like I didn't watch the ending.
That's how
I
whack
think
it was.
I think the octopus dies.
He kills it,
No, I think it dies.
or
Though.
it becomes like Jiro Dreams of Sushi, and it's like, oh, here.
I didn't watch it. I didn't finish it. I just think he dies because how else did it end?
Oh, it got too emotional for you. And then you
No,
started
I think
crying
I
and
just
shit.
started falling asleep.
Oh, that's cool if you were crying. Like, it's
But
all good.
octopuses are crazy, man. He follows him, and he literally follows him to the point where sharks are hunting him because sharks eat. I forgot what kind of shark, but sharks hunt octopuses.
Or is it the opposite way around?
No, but yo, this octopuses are fucking smart. The way they adapt.
I mean, they're aliens.
Crazy.
That's alien shit.
Yo, these fools will be swimming, and then they'll just like,
camouflage.
dive down, and then
Mhm.
he sucks all these like shells and attaches them to his body
That's
to make
what
it
I'm
look
saying.
like a rock.
Is that not an alien?
And then the shark is just going by him, and the shark smells him, and then this fool throws off all the shells
Hella
and
dirt.
hops on this fool's back.
Oh, and then rides him.
Yeah. So, because I mean, there's no way the shark could get this fool. So eventually, the sharks just roam in,
Yeah.
and then as soon as a shark hits like a cove that he could dip off on, the octopus is like out and fucking goes in the little rocks and shit.
You're explaining to me an alien, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. The way the fool walks too, it's fucking
The alien walk.
crazy. Yeah.
So about this octopus tracking, what's this about? Like
I
you
don't
said,
know.
in the entire ocean. I mean, I'm not saying it's fake, folks. I'm not saying it's unreal, but I'm just questioning things because I heard this theory. Shouts out Tinfoil Hat Podcast, Sam Tripoli. He said this, and it's a wild ass theory, but I'm kind of starting to understand it or believe it, kind of like National Geographic and shit, right? Like bugs and all that shit. Like the footage they get,
Yeah.
right? You don't think that might be staged?
I mean,
How long you got to be in
I
nature?
know.
You know what I'm saying? To find tiny
And then
fire
I
ants?
remember on Animal Planet. Or was it Animal Planet? What was that crazy the series that was coming out? Where they would go to different parts and show you footage of animals.
Yeah.
But the craziest one was that lizard, the like dragon.
Oh,
where they're born and they're born. As soon as they're born, they're in like survival mode because there's hella like snakes out.
Yeah.
And if they make it, they make it.
Yeah, and they run hella fast.
Yeah.
We talked about that before. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
But like,
who's filming
and
this?
These lands are like supposedly places
Desolate,
we can't go to. Yeah.
And yet we're seeing footage.
Yeah, I don't know. That shit was savage though. That was some savagery.
But it's almost so dramatic. You're like, dude, okay, don't get me wrong. I don't know these photographer type people, and they're I'm not saying it's not legit. But damn, I don't know how or what.
How do you get that clip? I mean, you have to have drums.
But you're saying Jones has only been relevant the last couple, and loud.
And they're hella loud. I don't know.
See, you got what I'm saying?
Tight, though.
But that's the thing. You just go into the middle of the jungle and just placing a camera, and then hiking out? What are you doing? You driving the Toyota in there? Like, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Because you're finding like in the jungle. It's like, is this the natives filming?
I'd be scared as fuck. You ain't find them. Can you imagine going to like the craziest animals?
Man, this got to be filmed somewhere remote, and they probably have all these things and specimens, and they just get them in an environment. Like, okay, film it. Okay, try to do that. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, to be crazy, that's what I'm thinking. But the theory kind of made sense, and it made me think about that because you're like, oh, octopus tracking, huh?
Yeah, when he got to the point where he lost it, and he was like, I'm about to track him.
But he's never done it.
Like, and you found that same exact octopus.
Yeah, and not say it's impossible, but it's like, hey, that's kind of.
I don't know.
But it's fascinating. I agree with you. Octopus is, for the footage that I've seen, if the shit's real, and like I said, I haven't seen an octopus live. I mean, I have seen one dead, but I haven't seen one like a lot. I've seen a small one, I think, before. But yeah, I'm like, are they these beings that we come to believe? Because I'm thinking the alien is going to look something like that, probably with a shark head, and then a laptop. Because that'd be the scariest. Imagine a octopus with a shark head. That's fucked. We fucked.
Yeah.
And then they evolved to have thumbs. Oh, we're fucked.
Oh, that's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? If they have the internet down there, which I'm thinking, I always say that. I'm like, yo, they're figuring it out.
They got Wi-Fi.
They putting their own propaganda out there. You know who filmed it? The octopus that stole the dude's camera. It was like, got him. How do you upload this? Oh, dude, just look it up on YouTube. Come on, man. And then Jason Momoa rolls through. Hey, YouTube, dog, it's all good.
Yeah, shit was wild.
Do you believe it's real?
The octopus? Yeah, I believe the octopus is real.
The story and how it comes in.
I don't know.
Because you got to think, this is why it's fascinating. Because remember when the tiger thing kind of rolled out?
Yeah.
And everybody was like on it.
Tiger King?
This, what you're talking about, is kind of similar to that. I've heard people reference this quite a bit. And not because, I mean, I'm assuming maybe because of work, but it's kind of a thing people are talking about. Why? Distraction or legit?
Legit. I feel like there's no controversy to it. As opposed to like the fish documentary.
Which one? Blackfish?
No. The one about how like our fish in the sea or
oh, the other one you said.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just your algorithm.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
what do the aliens look like when they land? What do they look like? What do you think?
They're probably just gonna look like people.
Like humans?
Yeah, why not?
No difference?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think?
They're probably here already.
What do they look like?
Like a human being.
So then what are they going to show us?
I don't know. Either that or, I mean, shit, it might be like what we see on TV.
Which one?
Because
what's your favorite
if they
alien?
introduce it to us the way,
it's been shown to us.
Yeah, then we're not going to be surprised.
What's your best iteration of it? What's your favorite one? What would you like to see?
Men in Black.
Like the crazy shit?
Yeah.
Like small, big, large, like.
Yeah, those wild looking ones.
Whoo! If real
as
life, yeah, I'd be like, we got to kill all these things. We got to kill them. We gotta.
Kill them.
We gotta. You know what I'm saying? If I
what
saw
do they
something
sound
like
though?
Whatever that movie sounds like.
You think so? Just sounds.
Like, or because you hear one or two things, it's something like that, which is rare. I don't really hear people say that. They're thinking like, oh, they're gonna be like super smart and they're gonna come here and tell us what we're doing wrong. I hear that at least a little more often. So I'm thinking, to your point, maybe it looks like us, but maybe 7'5",
Like White Walkers.
long blonde hair, purple eyes kind of thing, Targaryen, White Walker thing situation. A lot of wisdom, long silk robes and shit. You know what I mean? They roll in on some German aircraft, like, hovering craft and shit. Like, hey, y'all, what are y'all doing?
You have Apple TV?
I do not.
Oh, well, anyway, when the Apple TV screensavers come up, they'll show like landscapes of different parts of the world. But they get to, there's one where it shows like the northern lights, the green lights and shit, but it's above. So you're looking at it, I was like, look, that's the white wall. That's what White Walkers are. And then it keeps going, and then it stops. I'm like, see? They're back there. Just don't get to see them.
I mean, Game of Thrones might have got it right. I mean, really think about it. Break that down, like the characters. Like for instance, like, okay, let's start with the Starks, right? They're of, like, the old gods, the way they worship, like the old weirwood tree and kind of that thing. They share the magic, meaning like with the North people and the giants, the wildlings, as they say.
They're all about honesty.
Mysticism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then you go down to the capital, it's more like, here's the 7 gods, we got who makes this and that, you know what I mean? And it's city life, it's more, at least what they, in their beliefs, which you could make an argument about, various types of religions to some degree. Then you get the people to the east that believe in, what they believe in, and you're like, okay. But then the north, you're like, oh, that's the bigger issue. And then you think giants, I'm like, yo, I'm into giants. I'm like, yo, the fact that they put it out there like that, it puts it in your mind already, because we're okay with it, but yet we see it as myth. Same thing with dragons. You're like, yeah, those aren't real. But I'm like, dude, don't you think it's strange that there's a lot of cultures that reference a serpent like this?
And everybody got dragon tattoos.
But it's fake. Like the unicorn. I'm like, yo, crazy as it looks, I'm kind of believing in that shit.
Yeah.
It's like they're toying with us. I mean, you got sports teams named after these, fabled things. Not unicorns, but I mean, the giants.
The unicorns.
I mean, there probably is. It might be one of them teams. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But yeah. Smart beings. I could see that because of kind of some of the different writings and
so they
theories.
saved the world.
But see, what are we
what
doing?
Are they saving from us?
What are we doing wrong? Because there's one thought thinking we're fucking up the earth.
Oh, true.
But if you flew, like you fly to Hawaii and shit, you're like, there ain't nothing going on. There's a lot of ocean, a lot of land. Especially coming back to California, you look at it, you're like, that empty space.
Yeah, there's a lot of land.
You know what I'm saying? So are we really fucking up the earth? The way that it seems versus they come here because someone allowed them to? Or is there, and then I've heard this, there's another war happening. We're just kind of here. But there's something else going on deeper. You know what I'm saying? Some spiritual war type stuff.
Yeah.
Good and evil, if you have to break it down to basics. The David and Goliath comes back. It's interesting, that story, right? Last the test of time. Giant versus a small dude. Is this Shaquille O'Neal, or are we talking about like Game of Thrones? Because then you think about the Hopi Indians talking about, in Arizona, the giant in the cave. You talk about the Middle East and the giant of Kandahar when the troopers found that giant in, the mountain or like the cave. Like, I'm like, wait, is this fabled or is this for real?
Might be for real.
See, so that's why. If you saw a giant, that would be labeled alien because we haven't seen one. But they flirt it out there like that. At least that's how it seems.
I feel like there's a lot of things they flirt.
Yeah. So you could be right. I think I could see a bunch of different beings.
Yeah.
Like when we're talking about National Geographic, I'm like, wait, if they know this exists,
I don't
they probably have some shit that we never seen.
I don't think it's the squid, the big ass octopus.
Well, the green one with like
the
9 eyes.
Ass.
You don't think it's that?
No, I don't think it's that.
I mean, I think maybe a version of it comes up.
If it is that,
you're scared.
Oh fuck yeah.
That's the scariest one.
Can you imagine if someone knocked on your door and it was you open the door and
the fact that he could get to your house undetected?
Yeah.
I'm like, is he driving? Because that'd be even crazier.
Not just the aircraft lands hella quietly.
Jeez. And I'm okay. I'm open to that. But it's just kind of the
So if you open your door, you'd
reaction.
be like,
I dropped dead. I faint. I never fainted. I would assume I would do something like that. Pass out, something. But why my house? Oh, because we got your frequency.
I'm just
Or to whoever, right? Yeah, hey.
If it was
you're true.
Your
it's
house.
real. What if you just saw a giant? You wake up and you just see a leg walk by. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you do?
I don't even know.
But you'd be able to piece together a thought, even though it's overwhelming. You'd be like, and then what? The first thing probably film it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then you'd call somebody.
For sure.
How many people are calling 911? None or yes? Or if someone figured it out. He could have just been like, yo, did he just wake up or he been walking around for a while? Am I late to the party or am I early?
You're for sure late.
Yeah, right?
That'd
Is that not realistic?
Yo, if a giant walked past the house.
Okay, which one's crazier, that or the octopus just rolling up? Like with like a T-Pain sound machine. You know what I mean? Like, you know saying?
I'd rather see a giant than an octopus.
Why the octopus? Is it just because how like, yo.
You never fucking know. If I saw a giant human being,
yeah,
I'd be like, yo, that's a human being, but just hella big.
Okay.
But if I saw something I've never ever seen,
yeah.
I don't know what he's about to do to me. This fool could just like.
Oh.
But if I saw a giant, we made eye contact, and he might come after me.
Yeah.
Oh, I might be able to like.
Oh, you still got legs. You got two.
like,
I can fuck with you.
And he probably moves hella like awkward.
He's I see this fool coming from a mile away.
I might have a chance. The alien might just like, like, fucking appear.
Oh yeah.
I might close the door, and when I turn around, he'll be behind me.
He'd be like, I'm trying to sell some magazines.
The giant, he might pick up the whole house,
but you feel comfortable in that situation.
Yeah, with the giant, yeah.
Yo, keep it real. Like, even handling dead octopus is freaky. Because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, this dude might just.
Yeah, them heads look weird too. It's like
because you see the beak, and then you see the little eye thing, and then they have like little tentacles, and you feel them like when they're, in their state. It's like, just imagining that. Because I feel you. I'd be more fearful of even any sea creature to get up here. Anything from the sea. But hopefully, like I said, not being near the coastline, helpful. Because I would think Hawaii would be the first motherfuckers to see it. Hawaii or whoever's coastlining. But I think they come from the Pacific Ocean, if anything. Because you got to think Ring of Fire, and then there's Hawaii. And then the theory that something else underneath is there. But it's just a big-ass ocean. And I'm thinking, yo, that's where fucking giants are.
Damn.
Or can you see it from the house? Like, how big are these motherfuckers? Because Godzilla, Godzilla just came out, all that. I'm like, are we talking that big?
Out the water?
Yeah. Like, even think about this. Whoever came up with that, where'd they get the idea of that?
Yeah, true.
You creative. You know where the ideas come from. They come from the same place. But to imagine just even the idea of Godzilla, or who's he fighting there? King Kong?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, but King Kong is just a gorilla. We've seen a gorilla. Not one that size. But if you saw a big gorilla, you're just like, damn, that fool's from somewhere else. Easy.
Gorilla would be scary too if they came up rocking to the.
Oh yeah,
because you already know. You're like, this. He can bench press the house.
Punch through the door.
Have you seen the one where the dude's?
I would just put it. You know what I would do? Yeah. If a big ass, I would just grab my mirror real quick.
Gorilla mirror, folks. Do yourself a favor, gorilla mirror. Hey, that is wild. You know what I mean? But I can see some hybrid of that. Because when you see those ancient. Like Egypt, like statues, and they have like that. You've seen those half human, half animal kind of.
Oh yeah, yeah. The lizard.
Those are interesting to me because it's old.
Yeah.
So you're trying to figure out like, what is that depicting? Is that actual or is that?
That could have been. Maybe there was like some type of agreement. Like, okay, we got to part ways. Your species goes. I don't know.
Meaning like
there are a lot of
different
like
species living.
Yeah, there are a lot of those like old pictures. I mean, they wouldn't be here for no reason. Like a lizard head on a human being?
Or what's the one you like? There was a Geico commercial with it. It was like a dude and he had like an eagle head or something like that. You've seen those, right?
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Well, I mean, they just kind of make fun of it, but it's interesting because it's just like it's something that it's not far off. Like the Minotaur, the dude horse leg. Like even the Geico does it with the bike. The dude that has a human body and a bike bottom. I'm like, as funny as it is, I'm like, was there a point when this existed? Because that seems a little more real as you kind of start to see it, play out in entertainment. Because creatively, you're like, okay, the idea must have stemmed from somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why the dragon thing's fascinating. Like you said, everybody got dragon tattoos. We treat it as if it's real, but you ask everybody, everyone's like, no, it's fake.
Yeah.
So then why be? Which one's not fake and which one's not real?
Yeah.
Is that, $1 million or $1,000,000 dinosaur bone? You know what I mean? Like, is that what you're saying?
That'd be some shit too. See a dinosaur? Or, I mean, a dragon just floating around.
That's the size of it. Even when you see like eagles, like you ever seen an eagle before?
Oh, those fuckers are big.
Hella big. I heard their wingspan goes is like 7 foot, 8 foot,
damn.
something like that. Because they're so far up.
Yeah, they don't look that big.
No.
But when they get closer.
Yeah. I never seen them up close, but I mean, I've seen one. I think I was on some kind of river tour, and there was eagles around, and I'm just like,
You see those fools when they like grab things?
dude, that's like they got scissors on their face.
Yeah, and they're. I saw one grab a fish. It was like,
Dude, that's what I'm saying. We got to look out for them dudes. Alien, them dudes.
yeah. Imagine if one just came down and grabbed you by the head.
You always see those, I don't know if they're real or not, but when them eagles try to catch babies outside, I'm like, oh, shit.
Babies?
Yeah, you ever seen that shit?
No. No, I see them catch animal dogs, cats.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. That's like,
But a dog and a cat is like same size as a baby.
yeah.
Well, 9 pounds, 10 pounds. Damn, that's some
Jeez.
fucked up shit.
But I mean,
Babies got
we don't
squished
see
up.
eagles like that.
Yeah.
But eagles is a whole thing. That's why I always go back to the eagle and the serpent. It's always one of those two things. You look at a lot of flags, it's eagle, serpent type stuff. That's why I'm like, does that have something to do with the aliens coming? Like, are we seeing people riding on dragons? Is Game of
Riding on
Thrones coming?
eagles?
Yeah. Or did it happen already? You know?
Probably already happened.
I mean,
But
going back to the beginning with
history
Tesla.
repeats itself.
But that's what I'm saying. Going back with
Why come
Tesla.
back?
Is Tesla, like, is that what he's doing? Like we talked about. It's like, yo, he's doing so many things. How is this possible by one dude? Oh, he has a whole team. Okay, cool. But this dude's the one dude that's credited with all this?
I don't know.
And then you hear Bezos like, yo, I'm going to get into, aeronautical and, do that.
Is
That's
he?
why he stepped down. Yeah, I think
Oh.
he's pursuing, space
So
exploration.
he stepped down from Amazon.
Yeah. And divorced his wife. And then Bill Gates kind of stepped down from Microsoft and
yeah.
then did the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't trust those guys.
I'm just curious to know who those guys are in this game we're watching.
I don't know.
Are they Lex Luthor? Are they that guy? Like, who's on the side of good and who's on the side of bad? Because I can't tell.
I can't tell either. I don't know. I stay out the way.
Who do you think Tesla is?
The richest guy in the world right now.
Oh, he is right now, right?
Yeah.
What is it, like 300 trillion?
I don't fucking
Billion?
know. Trillion?
Gazillion? I don't know.
What do you put all that money at?
That's what I'm saying. They just throw this stuff out there.
Where does that go?
That's like...
Like what
we're
bank
watching a
would you
cartoon.
let hold that much money?
Maybe
wouldn't
it's
let no-
collectively. I don't know. I'm a poor person.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. How does that work?
But you look at it like, yo, this is the craziest TV show,
Yeah, it is.
right? Yo, did you see the controversy about Elon Musk and SNL?
No.
Okay, I don't know the full controversy, but I did see a funny ass skit though. They were talking about Gen Z, I believe, or not, or maybe millennials. I'm not sure. Hilarious, but it was just a lot of like the the jargon, pull up and shit like that. I'm like, that is funny, and I guess there was some backlash of that because they were like, oh, they're hella poking fun or some nonsense like that. I could be wrong though.
About
I
the
don't know.
Gen Z or whatever.
Yeah.
So there was backlash from them saying, oh, they were talking mess.
And then also I think everybody was mad because Elon Musk wasn't funny or something.
Well, what the fuck you expect? This guy does 30 things. You want to be funny too? You want to be a comedian?
I don't really fuck with SNL like that. SNL's cool. Like, it's a cool little show, but I don't really I'm not like, that's not my thing. I'm more of an In Living Color kind of guy. Or, Martin.
Martin.
Who else
I
was
was
it?
a Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince was hot.
Yeah. You know what we've been watching a lot lately?
Mm.
The Nanny. You ever watch that one?
Which one was that? Fran Drescher?
Huh?
Fran Drescher?
Yeah.
I have never seen it,
I never watched it either,
but
but
I like Fran Drescher.
Aubrey watches that show.
Hey.
So we've been watching we just put it on at night, but she's funny.
I want to see it. It's a comedy.
Yeah. I told Aubrey, I was like, yo, as we were watching the first couple episodes, I was like, yo, this shit was based around Fresh Prince.
Really?
Because, okay, they're both, that one, I think it's 93. Fresh Prince started in 90.
Good year.
90.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh Prince had the butler, the siblings, the dad.
Mm-hmm.
in Nanny, she's the nanny.
Uh-huh.
They have a butler. They have 3 kids. But their roles are hella similar. The butlers are both like hella funny. And they got like those little jabs that are hella funny.
Same character type, yeah.
Same character type. And then the dad, Philip Banks, and then the dad and the nanny are both balling.
Yeah.
The only difference is in the nanny, there's no wife. His wife passed, but he has like an assistant that's always there.
To fill in the space.
Yeah, that would fill in the space of like Vivian. And then there's the siblings, which there's the siblings. There's all the what's Carlton, the 2 sisters, and then in the nanny there's the boy and 2 sisters. So same setup.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then what other person was like? What's it called? There was another character that was almost like Jazzy Jeff.
Oh, like,
but I was like
cameos.
Yeah, but I was like, yo, the show's like
the
dynamic of it. It was like
Similar.
it was like Fran and the producer saw and was like,
let's
yo,
do that.
Let's spin it. Let's take that format and then we'll create our own.
See,
episodes.
what is that about? Like when you format a show, and I don't know about making shows. I ain't no fucking dude. It's just you look at that. That is interesting because they would be following these similar storylines.
They followed the same story,
Archetype
not
shit.
storyline necessarily, but the same
Character build,
like they
archetype
took the
type
same
shit.
layout, but they just went towards a different demographic.
Yes. Yeah.
Because Fresh Prince is
So it's almost like they're like, yo, this is the schedule. Like, yo, you got to keep these characters in mind. Because I was watching like old school Punky Brewster, old school Saved by the Bell, old school, some of them old school shows, and just kind of seeing the family dynamic and just certain things. Like there were, shows that had a full family. Some always had kind of like single parent this and, kind of, which I don't know if that's vindicative of the time or that alluded to ultimately what has become a little more normalized. Because the newer shows now will definitely have a little more diversity. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
You've seen a couple of the newer shows. It's like, oh, that's very diverse. And I don't know how much of that is more, like realistic. Because do we look at that as entertainment or do we look at that as like, oh, that's very accurate with what's depicted? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably both.
And we've become accustomed to seeing social cues based off of entertainment more so than amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Whether it plays out really or not.
Yeah.
That's
I think more so reality TV. I think reality TV took over that now.
Took over the
like the whole because the shows now aren't necessarily like family oriented. I feel like. Well, nah, there still are, but there's just a lot of shows now.
There's a lot. It feels like when
shows.
TV first went from like fucking 10 channels to 2,000.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like. It feels like that now because we're older. Second, there's different platforms.
Yeah.
So you could quantify that as like, it's just different channels. And then it just depends on what you're into. So I don't know how this shakes out at the end, but like it's the weirdest time ever because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit out there.
A lot of shit. When you see the kind of numbers that it's drawing, like back in the days, you remember like TV ratings, right? Like, oh, the Nielsen rating, it's the highest on the thing. I don't really quantify that in numbers. I don't know what that is. But when you see shows today and how it's like views and shit, even though sometimes that possibly can be manipulated and, having that understanding. But damn, when you see the numbers, you're like, what the heck is that? This is what people are really watching? And this is worldwide now. The numbers you're seeing on certain platforms that reach out worldwide. Like you'll see one of them songs, you're like, 1B?
Yeah.
What?
Fuck, that shit is crazy.
Yeah. And then you see some like important shit, or not important shit, but just something of like, oh, this is fascinating.
5,000.
Yeah, if that, you're like, that's worldwide? And just kind of seeing that is fascinating in itself.
It is. It's fascinating just to go on somebody else's profile and see what pops up first for them.
Yeah. I scope it that way too. It's because the information's out there, and I don't know what all of it is at the end of the day, and I don't know how much of this, but you got to imagine this little thing we have has infinite stuff.
Yeah.
It's just infinite. I mean, think about it. Like, ain't no one having no encyclopedias at the house. But did you grow up with an encyclopedia?
I think we did.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
Dictionary.
some color, and then it's all the letters, and then you're like, yo, I'm going to look up birds, and I'd be up in the birds because they got hella pictures. I just look for ones that just got pictures. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like maps, I'm like, ooh, I could play a game. That's what I liked. But, I mean, everybody had an encyclopedia, but nobody's selling them.
Nah.
So now we're getting our information, what you could say Wikipedia, and people clown Wikipedia, which is, all great and all. And then you have the whole internet at your disposal.
Yeah.
It's almost like this shit was a mistake. It was like, wait, fuck.
Yeah. Like, damn. Fucked up. Shouldn't have put that out there.
Dude, it's like that Dave Chappelle skit, and it's like if the internet was a real thing, and then he's in the it's almost like a strip mall, and there's just like hella crazy shit happening. Have you ever seen that skit?
Fuck, I don't think I remember
It's
that
like
one.
season 1, but it is kind of like that. Everybody has like something.
Oh, is that the one where he wakes up and he picks where he wants to go?
Maybe.
Oh,
I don't know.
am I thinking about something else? I don't know.
Maybe I don't remember
But
I just remember certain scenes.
He is
parts
going to
of
be
it.
in Vegas again
with
Joe Rogan.
boom.
That'd be a tight show to see.
Yeah, they were doing that right before this all shut down, weren't they? Or they were planning to.
I think so.
Yes. But at this stage now, look how big both of them are.
I know. Joe Rogan now?
Come on.
I mean,
man.
Dave Chappelle's always been Dave Chappelle, but
But for him to come back,
yeah.
like in the manner that he did.
Fuck, Joe Coy's coming to what's it called? The arena? Sacramento, Golden One?
Golden
Yeah.
One. Shit.
Man, I saw him at Punchline.
Oh, nice.
That was a long time ago. It was like 10 years ago.
Comedy is making a return. to
That's
some
crazy.
degree. The comedy game is always fascinating. Like the Rogan Chappelle shit. You're like, dude, these are like who they are today. Is
Yeah.
fascinating. Because when Rogan started the pod, it was kind of like just talking, but he's continuously done it to the point where he's almost like some.
I think the first time I seen Rogan was on Fear Factor.
Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody's watching Fear Factor. Fucking goat nuts.
Yeah.
What? They drinking donkey sperm.
I think that was the part where I'd always be like, oh, I'd probably tap out.
I think that was the reason why, is to watch it and be like,
Yeah.
what's my threshold? I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm not eating that shit. They'd have to eat like hella bugs.
Any bug. I'm
50
like, ugh.
cockroaches. No, I'm done.
Anything lay in a bed of snakes. Like,
Oh, no.
what?
50 G's? No. How much do y'all take after if I win? Oh, no, I don't want it.
But in your young self, you might have done it.
No, not
No?
even in my young self. Fuck no. Snakes?
But it makes you think, like, who are the people up there? Like, those are everyday people, right?
Yeah,
Or actors to some degree, I think.
probably.
But still, you're like, damn, anything for what? Is it money or is it fame, notoriety?
Both. All
There's
of
some
it.
extreme shit on there.
Yeah.
I remember watching that shit too. I was like,
Eat
"Ooh."
fucking the horse nuts or whatever. It's like, nah.
The one that got him banned was the donkey sperm. I remember Rogan talking about that. They're like, it aired and then they're gonna take it down. It's like, fuck, we had a kid. That's the downfall.
I'd have been like, drink this? Nah. You fucking crazy.
It's funny, though.
It is funny.
It's entertaining. It gets a laugh out.
I think I do remember that. I think I remember it was a girl that had to do it. I think she threw up like instantly.
But I mean, damn, that shit
That's a
is
funny ass episode.
just the pure idea of the
Yeah.
show is fucking
Like
hilarious.
the physical sport, the like obstacle course and shit. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that shit.
What in
In
Fear
Fear
Factor?
Factor, yeah, like
They would
the
have-
scary part,
Oh, okay, yeah,
like
yeah.
when you had to jump off something. Or,
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, oh, I'll do
yeah.
that. And then it came to the
Insect part
Yeah.
or the eating part. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You know
so-
what I mean?
But that's who Rogan was.
These fools had I remember one of the main ones was they'd have to transport like hella live bugs from one place to another.
Oh, like handling them?
No, with their mouth.
Oh,
Like I remember one of them was like cockroaches.
no.
You had to and they would have to battle, right? They're battling
Yeah,
people.
yeah, teams, yeah.
So it was whoever
Elimination. Yeah.
whoever transported the most. And I remember, I think it was a couple one. It was like a couple versus another couple. And then one of them was you have to transport the cockroaches by mouth to each other.
Yeah.
And I, nah. Sorry.
But imagine losing though. That's the
Doing all that and then losing? Oh my God.
so it just beats you out by like a couple. You're like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm suing somebody.
They probably got sued so many times.
I'm just saying that's massive disappointment.
Yeah. You know what else is a funny ass game show that I always die when I watch?
Yeah.
Is the game show where you have a partner, a random person you never met, and you play the whole game, and then you win like a sum of money, and then at the end of the game though, they're sitting across from each other, and they're both pleading their case on like, okay, let's just split it, and there's a button that they pick, so it's either split or keep. So if they both pick split,
Yeah.
they split the money.
Uh-huh.
If one person picks split and the other person picks keep, the
Uh-huh.
person that picks keep gets all of it. And if they both pick keep, No one gets anything.
Oh shit!
And I die every time because there's so many of them where the people are like hella trying to smooth talk. Like, yo, we did so good.
It's
Like,
keep.
we're about low. Like,
But do they press the button before or after?
No, after.
Okay,
so
okay,
they
okay.
give them their little time.
Yeah.
And then the commentator's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's time to make a decision.
Mhm.
So then they'll like look at each other and sound like, let's. And then at the end, they're like, okay, let's see the results. There's always that person that press keep. And the other person's
son.
like,
what show is this?
fuck, I forgot. We gotta look it up. But that shit has
That's
me
I
dying.
never heard of this premise.
Because off the top, I'm like, yo, I'm keeping it. And if you press like share,
Yeah.
I would give you half. Because then I was like, okay, I trust you.
But then you're meeting a complete stranger and you'll never meet again for money and you won.
All of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like,
The karma shit, right?
yeah. I'd be like, that's.
I
want
want to know what show this is. This sounds
I gotta
fascinating.
split this shit.
Is this like
But,
a physical competition or is it more like a game show?
I think game show. I
Like
think they
questions.
go through shit and then
Okay,
yeah. But yeah, I'd be dying because there'd be the idiots that are like, okay, we did. I trust you.
But that's what we got to do as humans.
Yeah, fuck that. You can whatever. My decision's already been made. Fuck, I'm keeping this whole shit.
But shit, by the time you get onto the show, you're already in a mindset.
Yeah,
At least that's what I'm
like
thinking.
from the jump, they're always talking about. Though it's hella funny because
Uh-huh.
they'll just be like, ever since we started, we were together. We were one as a unit from the jump.
So are these like like a girl boy,
Both.
man girl?
It'll be both.
Just random.
Yeah. I gotta pull this up. I'm surprised there's no episode.
You making this shit up? I never heard of this show.
Nah, there's got to be an episode where someone stood up and just socked somebody.
No way.
Can you imagine if it was like 100,000 the full press key?
Oh,
I'd
if
be
it was
so
100,000, that would be still relevant
I'd be
today. Nah, you can't be because you like, hey, you just got to give them.
All right, let's
You got to
see,
give
let's
them
see.
clap.
Game
You
show.
gotta be like, hey, good job.
Where contestants
Don't trust each other.
keep money or split. Let's see. Fuck, what was it called?
No, this was making it up. The Amazing Race. Is that what that's called? Not that show, but I mean, have you seen that show? You ever watched? Is it Amazing Race or something like that, where two people together like do this, like travel everywhere, do something?
I've never seen that.
I mean, I think that's what it's called. That would sound like something like that, but I know that people knew each other. The stranger part, that's interesting. If it's
Yeah,
true.
bro.
Oh, they just find him off the street. Like, hey, come here.
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, you lying, man.
Is this what is it?
This is what you used to play with like your cousins or some shit.
No, hell no. Because I keep it
Let's
every
go
time.
talk to the dude down the street.
I gotta find that game, man.
No, you
I don't
lying.
want to spend too much time looking, but I swear it's a TV show.
But that's entertaining.
I think it was called Split. What was it?
Split decision.
Game
Banana split.
show.
With the word splits in it.
Yeah.
There it is. Boom.
Yeah.
MTV. It's probably
Split
like an
or
MTV joint.
Still. Yep, there we go.
Split or still? What is it, MTV?
Let's see. Is that what it's called? Split or Still? Yeah, see, look.
But what do they do to make money?
Here, let's see. See, look. These motherfuckers, look at she so still and he's so split. See, people.
Oh, because she pretty. That's a dude right there. Oh, she looks pretty. She'll split with me.
All right.
I'll watch that. Okay.
Split or Still.
Split or steal. All right.
Let's pull up an episode on YouTube.
Split or steal. You lying.
Split or Still. There we go. Look at that.
Man.
Look at see. Look at see. She's like shake. Let's shake on it right now. And then he probably presses.
But what do they do to like forge like a trust?
Look.
Final winning
And why the host always got to be bald?
is. How many times has this happened to us?
Oh, okay. So they pick a something.
Yeah.
It's like
I
the
think they
suitcase
go.
thing.
It's a game though.
Yeah, two people they pick from the crowd, and then you pick something and see what it is, and then you decide.
Probably.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Making you two very happy people. I'm very happy. Time to play. This is great. Cash balls then written inside.
game show with questions, and then they accumulate money, and at the end they either split or keep.
Yeah. Watch how they fucking okay, look.
Which is the split and which is the steel balls? You sure? Yeah, I'm happy. Before I ask you to
Oh
choose
my
metal
God.
or steel, I'm just going to give you a little time
See, look.
to talk to each other. It's a very, very important day. You probably have a few things you
This is how people really are, though. Are they?
Such a long way together. I was you walked with me through, so we're both equals. 20,000, which is half more than I thought I would go away with today. So I am more than happy to stay with you if I can trust you.
You're lying, bro.
I guaranteed you.
Look.
Shake on it now. I guaranteed you at the beginning of the game. If you took me through that round, I would say. And I still.
This motherfucker. Why she gotta have an accent too?
I'm going to say to you is, I had my cards read, and I was told if I play fair, I will come away with a substantial amount of money. I'm going to look into your eyes.
Why did this is a British show?
Yeah.
This is fucking. They are all actors.
Your eyes, and I see that you're genuine, and you're going to split that.
The fact that they sound like this makes them smart.
I will make the same decision with you. Can't be more straightforward and honest than that.
Who's lying?
Who takes it?
Who
the
takes
girl.
it?
The girl's gonna take it all.
Split or a steel ball? Now,
The dude.
decision, I'm choosing this ball. Are you
The
ready?
dude.
Steve, Tracy.
She's gonna steal.
Split or steel?
Oh, he stole it!
Told you. She like.
Just stolen 40,000
And then they talk after.
Yeah.
Congratulate you.
I would have
What the
punched him.
fuck?
You've just lost £20,007.50.
Shit.
How do you feel?
Gutted. I really trusted you.
He's like, ta-ta, bitch. Ta-ta. Put the pinky up.
Beautiful friendship. So I'll just say they have been very entertaining. I've been Jasper Carrot. This is
This fool's like,
Wait,
thank
did
you
they
for
say
the
that they
viewership.
were friends?
No.
Oh, hey, that'd be some crazy shit if you brought friends on there.
But see, that's what I'm saying. At the just watching people fucking do this is fucking hilarious.
just so over the moon.
Having lost over £20,000, I was speechless. I don't even know how to put it into words. It's
That's fucked up. That's good.
Told
That's
you I was
funny,
right.
right?
But is it good though, or is that acting? Are they really getting that money? And if not, that is kind of fucked up. Because what are we saying here? What's the narrative here? Trying to put
Now, we need to
people
go
in
back to Game of
positions.
Thrones. You lie, you fucking get your head cut off. That'd be some crazy shit, huh?
You thought it was the girl. You racist.
I thought it was.
The guy had it
Shit.
all along.
He did.
Fuck
Damn.
them accents. They
But-
wouldn't
but,
do
hey.
some shit like that in America. Because in America, it would turn into Jerry Springer.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfucker.
Or motherfuckers are coming after you.
Yeah, someone get killed. Like,
Yeah, someone's gonna get
reports
killed.
2 hours after the show aired.
Yeah.
If it's real people, though. If it's real people. Easily. 20 G's? Or
Yeah.
I don't know what 20,000
Imagine if it was
pounds
like 50 G's
are. Oh, jeez.
and someone straight.
But who paying for this?
Viewers, I don't know.
See,
Like
that's the
networks.
fucked up shit, right? A big network's like, hey, just 100,000.
That's what I'd
Figure
be
it out.
thinking. Yeah. Like the deal
To
or
see
no
some
deal
crazy shit go down
Yeah.
for some views. We should do
That
that
is
show.
funny shit.
We should do
That
that
is
show.
some funny shit.
That's like watching people like break up. Like, how do you feel about them?
Yeah.
Oh no, they used to have a dating game like that. Love Connection. You ever seen Love Connection?
Oh, they did. Yeah, I do remember that. You
Where-
ask the questions, and then there's like three of them on that side, and you take all their answers, and then, don't they follow up too with them? Like, oh, how,
Yeah. Oh, they started doing that,
they're never like they said the answer.
but no one ever did the follow. It was more just seeing the
Oh.
dudes say whatever they're saying, and then that shit's crazy. I don't think you could ever have a dating show like that on. I think the most recent one I remember kind of seeing a little bit was like, no, it wasn't even that. I think Catfish, but that's not even a dating show. My bad. But it's like Love Connection.
Yeah.
Because they really try to fucking introduce people who are, kind of on the fence, supermodel, and then seeing what happens type shit.
Yeah, that's so funny. That was a good show.
Do you think those people were actual real people? Is my question. Anytime you watch TV, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud.
Nah, I feel like people are chose.
I was even watching Double Dare.
I don't think people are selected randomly.
Like, you
That's
know,
like the half court shot. People are always like, oh, you.
taking warm-ups already.
Yeah, like people know who's gonna take that half court shot.
But then when they introduce it, it's like, all right, we're going to get someone in the crowd.
Yeah.
Who wants a T-shirt cannon?
Lion ass.
I mean, but we all know this. It's weird, right? How that works. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know it, but yet we still continue. Like, oh, okay, it was random. I didn't know.
Yeah.
How
I don't know.
random
They
is
might
it?
not be real. They might be fake. They might be actors. But that's still pretty funny, though. Maybe they do that to program people to be like, yo, I'm about to lie.
Or we find it entertaining to see people, in situations like
Yeah.
that.
I do
But then
find-
pawn it off as reality is interesting.
I already know. Would you split if you was on a show like that?
If it's real,
Yeah, if it's real. Say you went on a show and you had to go up with a random girl. And they
for
were,
karma points, I'd be like, split. That's karma points. Straight up.
Oh,
Because whatever I had to do to get on the show, I'm already like, ugh, this is not, I don't want to be here.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I have some reference point of how kind of some production works on some form of a show. Not saying I'm out there like that, but I have
Yeah, you were like
some
on
experience.
Netflix,
Shut the
right?
fuck up. I just have a feeling, because that shit's more of a waiting game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to be in that scenario, it's not so random. As opposed to, that show would be wild if you do that shit on the street.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, meet up out
Someone's
here.
getting shot.
But that's what I'm
Someone's
thinking,
getting-
right?
Someone's getting killed.
Because to casually throw out like $10,000, you're like,
Yeah. someone's
I know this
getting killed.
motherfucker's name. I'm gonna find whoever fucking find his information. I'm gonna find him for that kind of dough.
Yeah.
See, if that show was in America, it would be that show.
Yeah.
And it'd be hosted by David Blaine. You know how he used to come up to the hood and be like, "You want to see some pennies
Oh,
disappear, dog?"
Yo, that shit is fucking hilarious when he goes to the hood. He's like in New Orleans. He's like, you got $1? Let me see. Gives him 100.
Oh man! And then he looks at the camera like,
Yeah. Like, if you could turn every dollar to $100, fuck.
I was surprised whoever was watching. I'm like, "Hey man, get this dude, get him to the house, and we gonna make hella money."
I'm like, hey, come here real quick.
That's what I would do. I'm like, "Hey, do that again. Hey, do that with all this."
Yeah. Can you do that with all these pennies real quick?
They're like calling the neighborhood. Hey, y'all want to get some money converted? $5 every 100. Instantly.
Be rich as fuck.
Because in theory, the idea is cool. Like, dude, look, we could do this. And then the human part is like, yo, man, I catch this motherfucker. Let's lock his ass up. Hey, get the motherfucker. Don't let him out of our sight. We found a golden goose,
Be
folks.
like Space Jam when he chains him up.
Oh shit! See, there
That
you go.
Moron Mountain.
See,
Yeah.
oh, is this a LeBron James one or is this the Michael
No,
Jordan
the
one?
original, not the.
With the R. Kelly song?
Yeah, that one. That's the best one.
Hey, best song ever created for a movie?
R. Kelly.
Yeah, I Believe I Can Fly.
I was just about to say that.
Aubrey agrees.
I literally was I believe I can. Literally
Oh,
about to
see?
say that.
Yeah. I mean that song went everywhere. Churches.
I mean, that's got to be one of the greatest songs for a movie ever. From a major artist?
Yeah.
It's like they don't even have good soundtracks no more.
Yeah.
Like High School High was a cool soundtrack, at least that I remember. But movie soundtracks nowadays, you ain't buying like movie soundtracks. You know what I mean? But for Space, I had the Space Jam like soundtrack because
Yeah.
it also had like "Hit 'Em High, Hit 'Em High."
Yeah,
We used to run out to that for warm ups. Shouts out Sky High Podcast, Marcus. Even though you wasn't on the team, you know what's up. We would come out to that and be like, "Yo, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em," and they'd be like, "Yo, that shit was hype," because it was
Oh,
Method
that's
Man,
hella
Redman, and
funny.
they allowed us to play it, so we would able to be run out in middle school, and I'd be having my shooting shirt, and be like,
Yeah.
starting, and I'm like, hey. But that song though, uplifting
It is.
from a dude who
believes he could fly because he got away with all that.
I mean, the Pied Piper, as they say. But see, my thing is always like, yo, for you to be that great, you got to be like, here's crazy and here's great. It's the same, like, general.
Sure.
These people are having coffee and dinner at the same places. It's like, you know what I'm saying? The creativity that it needs to get there, the opposite end is the extreme of whatever that is, whether it's a vice or whether it's something like that. And for, that dude, it's, what that was. Reference
Some
Dave
people,
Chappelle skit.
it's hammocks. For some, it's golden showers. And
But it's not wrong with that. I respect it, at least in the legal form of it. But if it's
not like little kids.
yeah,
It's not
no,
cool.
that's not cool. That's not cool. That's controversial, folks.
that's fucking
You're
That's
trying to
fucking
cook.
wild. It's
You're
wild.
trying to get this cooking.
No.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
But yes, I Believe I Can Fly. Great song. The next soundtrack, if you would pick one person to do something equivalent of a song like R. Kelly right now, who would you pick as that artist? Like, yo, that dude should make the main song for this soundtrack. And it be possibly a classic that long. Because I Believe I Can Fly, you see that like as anybody could sing that. Because it's so deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm recovering from here. I have hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Like, it's some uplifting shit. You know what I mean? If you had to pick an artist right now to be doing the new Space Jam soundtrack, who would you pick that person to think like, yeah, they could probably do that?
Damn. I don't know. Like a singer?
Anything.
Same song?
Anything.
Oh, anything.
Not that same song, just something. If you had to pick an artist, you like, that's the dude that could do it. Or that's the, girl that could do it. Or whatever. Group.
I don't know. Maybe Jay-Z.
Really? You think Jay-Z still can make something that can affect,
Or maybe Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, Kendrick.
Yeah.
As good as Swimming Pools?
Better. Yeah.
That's a good song.
But I don't know. Why? Who do you think?
Whoever sang Return of the Mac.
Is that the theme song of the pod?
No, you already know. Theme song, Shots Out.
Oh, it's the new one.
That's even
The
worse.
G-Eazy, Chris Brown.
No. What was your song again? Which one did you hate? Which one was that? Oh, I don't want to know.
That is the dumbest song.
If you playing me, keep it
If
on.
you
Sing
play
with
that-
me.
If you play that song, we are not homies.
We should never go karaoke. Because that would be like, hey, can you put this on massive repeat, up loud? Bring the subwoofers in, bring the cars with the, hydraulics.
That's the dumbest
I
song.
don't want to know.
Like-
If you playing me, keep it on the low.
Why would you even like that song?
Cause my heart gets
the
Why you
worst
getting mad, bro? Why you mad, bro?
'Cause I can't. I'd just be like, you like this
Is
song?
anybody listening to this?
Yeah, you like this song?
That's what I say about Return of the Mac. Is anybody listening to this?
Like, oh my god.
Oh.
At least it's like talking about
Aubrey
like,
being disrespectful right now.
yeah. At least it ain't talking about like, yo, my wife's getting fucking, my chick is getting fucking her.
Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac is this dude that walks into a nightclub with a cape and a cane, bro. That's what that sounds like.
You know that's a bomb ass.
No, bro. Who's actually rocking that? Like, yeah, this me. Nah, that dude is wearing a cape with a cane
Hey,
and coming in like with this, and a top hat with a feather in it. Like, return of the. That's what I look at. I don't see anybody cool. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. With that song, You just
Yeah,
see
what's
somebody
the
who's wearing a
music video
turtleneck, clean shaven,
In
and just
the-
like
in the
looking
corner-
at the rain.
In the corner of their room, like,
you know what I mean?
hella
Yeah,
depressed,
in the
watching,
leather chair, just looking at the rain and shit.
like watching his
Sitting at
fucking
the
chick.
piano like this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
See?
I don't know. I think I'd be the dude with the fucking feather in my hat. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a club where it's like, 21-year-olds and shit. Like, whose dad is this? Like, this is Halloween? What's going on over here? That sounds horrible.
Meanwhile, the dude that's singing that song, I don't want to know, is talking about the guy, the Mac. That's at the.
That's part 1 and part 2 of the trilogy.
Damn. You remember when R. Kelly dropped out, like, the fucking.
Oh, the 9-part series.
In the yeah.
Put it together. It's like a 3-hour
Oh
movie.
my god.
Who the fuck is?
Yeah, I was like, damn, this shit is crazy.
But I mean, having movies be part of what's it called? Part of music videos is like a thing. It's always been a thing, especially when you want to make it epic like that. Yeah. But that takes a lot of production because they putting in like movie money into.
Yeah, damn.
Like you look at Thriller, you're like, for that time, you're like, damn, this fool, what kind of budget is that? He had the backup dancers where it being, like zombies and shit. On that note, we'll end with this because we're getting there. MC Hammer.
What about him?
You fuck with him?
MC Hammer?
Yeah.
I mean, I was super young at the time.
Take a listen. I'm just go back and just watch it for interesting purpose sakes. Because Hammer to me, I was going down the deep end with my brother. Shouts out to my brother. And because I grew up on a little bit of Hammer because he was big on Hammer.
Yeah.
But listen, I was like, whew, this shit is like, it's almost like going to church, but then like with dancing, and his dancing's the shit. If you want a lesson on dancing, look at MC Hammer. And what he did coming out of Oakland, and then the music at the time, and I'm an old school hip hop head. I'm like old school, like 90s, like that quick pace shit. Hammer had that on lock. So when I go back to the movie thing, which you was talking about with the thing, Hammer had the one, Too Legit to Quit. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
With all the sports stars. He had James Brown in the beginning.
Yeah, he did.
And that was like a diss to Michael.
That was a big song.
Yeah, dude, because how many people, even the beginning, Danny Glover, Ralph Tresvant, like the people at the time that were popular, they were over here, oh, don't quit, Hammer. That was kind of the idea. And then Hammer was like, went up to James Brown. James Brown was like, hit him with that. Hit him with that. And it was like a fireball. And he's like, oh, I could do this. And then like, too legit. I was like, whoa, this is hype right here. And then you see Mark McGuire. You see you see all the greats. And just shouting it out. I'm like, yo, is there even a dude right now that be on that level?
Yeah, that still goes around now.
You know what I'm saying?
Too legit.
Too legit to quit. Can't touch this.
Yeah. Damn, yeah.
Take a deep dive, folks. Take a
some.
deep dive. Go get on some Hammer. Like positivity, energy. If anybody, and it's fucked up how in my head, hip hop turned on him like that. You know what I mean? Because he went from height stardom to, you know, being the butt of a lot of jokes. And looking back at it, I was like, that's fucked. Like third base and, you know, Tribe always be, you know, knocking him like, oh, you know, that's a sellout shit. But in your head, you're like, yo, this dude came from Oakland, brought up the entire, he would have 200-300 dancers and band, like roll with him. And he'd be like, yeah, we all rolling together. And he'd be just dancing full out. Like, you don't see no dancer get down like that. To me, Hammer right up there.
We saw Hammer.
Top, maybe top to me right now.
At Cal Expo.
What was he doing?
He was performing.
How many people?
Oh,
at least 25.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right?
But it was at the fair, the state fair.
Hey, Hammer still get it done. Hammer get it done, son.
Yeah, that's funny.
He did a lot. Do a deep dive, man. In terms of just for me, I found it fascinating just to kind of put your mind in the times. Because I think you were probably like really, really young.
I was super young, yeah.
But just put your time in the mind. Because you'd see a lot of like, oh, shit, the story's fascinating. But I had to shout out to Hammer because that's some positivity shit. Like a lot of his music is positivity too. Like, yo. Yeah. It's just, I think he was just a little, like he was at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Because hip hop was taking definitely a different turn. And he just happened to be the last of that era where it was like, you know what I mean? Like old school hip hop.
Damn.
Or like OG hip hop. But yeah, deep dive. But anyways, tell the people what you want to know. What's up?
No, that's it. I got nothing else to say.
Hey, thank you, man. I know, times are crazy nowadays, but I always appreciate the time.
Yeah. Times are crazy.
Erth2whoevr Podcast, DK Lee, RYANTHERIVAC. You know what it is. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate.